welcome back to Movie and a Haunt, where the only thing that's more trash than the opinions is our existence. I'm RJ.
And I'm Paige.
And I just hit you with something that was too real.
I really was. It's a little too spot on, but Happy New Year, everybody. That's how we're starting it.
We haven't recorded in a month, so
Woo!
this is going to be we have a record, like a track record of never having a good first episode back.
Well, we're going to break that this time.
I hope we do.
We will.
I hope we do, because this has to be a good episode, because the movie is a pretty big one.
Yeah, it is.
Especially for the haunt portion of Movie and a Haunt.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This is a little too perfect for it, right?
Yeah, and also it's video games, and
Sure.
hi, how are you?
Yeah, hi.
This is my genre. So originally, because I think the last time we talked, before we got into this, you were like, oh, what's the story of the games? And I was like, I'll hit you with it when we come in. I kind of want to hit you with it after we watch the movie.
Okay.
Because I feel like I don't know if the twists I tell you are going to end up actually being the big twist of the movie. Because if it is, I just spoiled the ending to the movie to you. And I would much rather just be like, okay, you got the ending twist. Now let me tell you what actually like proceeds in the games. And then
Okay.
you'll...
Yeah, no, yeah. I would prefer that. Thank you.
Yes. But we watched the trailer and it did nothing for me.
It really didn't. It didn't, to me, it didn't, as someone who hasn't played the video games of this franchise, it didn't make me want to play the game, and it didn't make me want to watch the movie. So I think that's pretty bad. It was very bland, very blah blah. I like Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard. That's it. That's all that's good. I mean, the animatronics look great, of course.
I think the problem with this movie when I first saw the trailer was I knew the production hell this thing went through.
Yeah, that's true.
So in 2015, I believe, it was bought by WB, and then WB let go of the rights, and then it was bought by Blumhouse, but then in between that happening, the director got fired or left. Then they got another director, and then they were going to get ready to start doing stuff, and then the guy who does the video games is like, I don't like the story, so let's rewrite the movie. So then they rewrite the movie in like 2018, 2019, lose the director again, get another, and this one's the final director. Go into production. When I say production, I mean they go to start filming. If I remember correctly, they started filming right after they casted like Joshua Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard. Like it was like boom, boom. I think they started filming February of this last year.
Wow, really?
They started filming in February. Or it was like January or February. Either way, Matthew Lillard supposedly didn't come in to start doing his scenes until a month into the on-set production.
Oh, wow.
So everything here screams, this movie should suck.
Yeah, with a crap timeline like that, absolutely. This should not be good at all.
In like game development, this is like Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh yeah, like just scrap the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, it's like this went through a development hell, and it got filmed incredibly quickly for how soon it came out, because it came out. What, like, was it around Halloween?
It said Halloween, yeah.
Okay, so you have February, so you had 8 months if they got everything done in February.
Right, and that's
months.
Editing, post-production, sound design, everything.
Reshoots. Like, yeah. Different cuts.
Yeah.
All the cuts.
Yeah. But they pulled it off, I hope.
Supposedly it's just a fun movie,
Hey.
and I'm kind of down for that.
That's fine. I'm not
this
looking...
thing's banking on the IP.
Yeah, of course. I'm not looking for, a hard-hitting horror movie that's going to shake me in my boots and I'm not going to be able to sleep. That's next week.
Oh, right, that is next week. Shit. So there's one thing that you go shaking in my boots. I'm about to send you shaking into your boots. Are you ready?
Oh, please do.
This movie's 2 hours long.
Okay. All right. Let's hunker down here and let's just get it started. You guys only
She's quaking.
you guys only need to wait 2 seconds for us. So let's get into this now.
We'll be right back. We watched it. It was long. It's 10 o'clock at night.
It was long. After a long work day, it was long.
All right, I'm going to let you choose. Do you want to go to the movie and then learn the lore, or do you want to learn the lore and then go to the movie?
No, please tell me the lore because I'm very interested.
All right.
Wait.
Good news.
Real quick. Did you play all 7 games?
I'm only going to do the ones that are like the main story. Basically, I'm not doing the most recent one where the story is they ran out of money.
Okay. No, did you play all of them?
I'm one of those people that didn't play them all, but I was interested in the story enough to where I just would read it, you know.
Got it. Okay, go ahead.
It gets weird. It's not Kingdom Hearts convoluted.
That's really hard to beat.
I know. Good news is this one takes mostly the first game.
Okay.
So, I'm going to try and hit you clean through this, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, we'll do it short and sweet.
All right. So, first game. Not too different from the movie, except at this point, it's rumored that there are dead children in the animatronics, and people can smell them. You are a security guard. I will acknowledge, for most of these games, your character doesn't matter. You are a side character in this story. Number 2, fun fact, prequel.
Okay.
To the original game. This one has the introduction of Balloon Boy. He was in the movie. This one also has the introduction, I believe, Golden Freddy is a like a secret in the first one, but this is the first one where like he's more around. Long story short, basically all the stories told to Atari style, and in this one, purple guy, William Afton, Springtrap, confirmed he killed children, stuffed them in the animatronics. Great. Second game, done. Third game, 30 years later.
Oh my god.
At the end of the last game, the spirits came back to life. Afton tried to hide inside one of the animatronics. It was one of the Springtrap ones. He gets killed, and his spirit goes into the animatronic. Now you see where we are in the movie.
Got it.
Basically, place I believe is like reopening. They found an old animatronic. It's Springtrap. It's the only game where it only has one animatronic. It's just him, and you 1v1 him. And basically, that's literally that. That is that game. It's just surviving him. Five Nights at Freddy 4, a prequel.
Another one?
This one goes over, but to this point, this does not take place at Freddy Fazbears. It takes place in a kid's bedroom. He's basically just terrified of the animatronics. There's a thing in the game called the Bite of 83. In the Bite of 83, basically, there was a child that was killed. This goes over it. Basically, kid was scared. His head got stuffed into one of the animatronics, and it bit his head off. In front of people.
As you do. Okay, trauma for everyone.
Exactly. So, let's go through a few of the continuations real quick. Sister location. It's not actually at Freddy Fazbear's. It's a sister location. This one deals with an animatronic called Circus Baby. Circus Baby is William Afton's daughter that he stuffed into an animatronic. Foreshadowing for what's probably going to be in a future movie.
Interesting. Okay.
Circus Baby's also my nightmare. Pizzeria Simulator. You take over his son Michael. Yada, 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 yada. Game ends with basically... I think it leads into the next one. The next one basically is just... The theory is Afton is living in his own hell. And his own hell is being the security guard.
Oh, okay.
And then the most recent one, Security Breach. I don't know.
Got it. It's one of those.
It's I remember the only thing I remember about it is it's glam rock.
And you don't like it?
See, I like glam rock music.
Oh,
I also like when video games work.
okay. Okay, that's fair. I guess you couldn't get both with that one.
I don't even think the story was cohesive.
Oh,
Springtrap comes back. He's now Burntrap.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. He goes Springtrap to Scraptrap to Burntrap. He gets 3 names.
And that's it, right? Is that all of them?
Correct. I just got soda all over me.
You did.
God damn it. Also, before we get into the movie, I was wrong. Kid in the blonde hair is not Freddy Fazbear. He's Golden Freddy.
Okay. Okay.
The one with the top hat is Freddy Fazbear.
Got it.
So I was right. There was a 5th.
Okay, that makes sense. Because, yeah, when they showed up, you were like, who's the 5th one?
There's 5 children. There better be 5 fucking animatronics by the end of this.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're here. We went through the games. I'll probably use that as like a bit real quick. We'll get people hating us. Let's start with a questionable cold opening. Like an unneeded cold opening.
It's to show...
It didn't hurt the movie.
No, it's just to show his character and I guess where his mental space is and where he's coming from and how he just...
No. Not that. The cold opening of the security officer getting killed at the beginning.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, okay. See, that's how forgettable
It's not
it was.
bad. It's not bad. It's just not needed.
Yeah, they could have scrapped this. For a 2-hour movie, they could have scrapped this.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was maybe 90 seconds, 2 minutes max. It wasn't a long cold open, but it just wasn't a required one. I mean, it introduced us to the theme song of this movie and the song that we will be singing every time they appeared on screen.
I'm going to sleep with it in my brain. Just so you know.
Either way, dude gets captured and he gets put in a jigsaw trap.
Yes. Yeah, that's basically it.
I was like, is this off? Did we actually start playing the wrong movie? Either way, I guess his face gets
shish kebabbed?
Yeah, we can say that.
Mangled
We can say
completely?
that. Unfortunately, we can't really see people get killed because this is a PG-13 movie.
That's why there wasn't blood on the knife.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
That's why there wasn't blood on that particular knife.
Well, it was weird. I was like, okay, we see her get stabbed, and then it's on the floor next to her, not even in her, with no blood. I was like, oh, okay.
Either way, his name is Mike Schmidt.
Oh.
I don't like the last name.
Schmidt.
Either way, we're introduced to Mike Schmidt, also known as a man who just never changes his clothes and probably reeks.
God, he needs a shower.
He needs a lot.
He
of
needs
things.
sleep. I mean, he does apparently sleep a lot, but it's not rest.
He rests his eyes.
Sure.
Also, I just want to jump to the ending real quick. When we were watching the end of the movie where, they're doing the whole, Springtrap is getting springtrapped and shit. Did you also see how, when the 4, when, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Mr. Cupcake, and Foxy all surrounded him, did you also think, wow, this is exactly like Hellraiser?
We can't escape. It's 2024.
I watched this and I'm like, isn't this like the ending to the second one where they're like, we'll fight the big bad? Except this time, they don't get their asses kicked. They kind of just win.
God. Why did you
This
bring
is
that
a
up?
better Hellraiser.
Okay.
This movie's a better version of Hellraiser.
Is that the tagline?
Better. Oh, I hope not, because if one Hellraiser fan clicks on this, they're going to be like, the fuck you just say?
Fight
Some fucking furries are better than us? I mean, when the furries are made by Jim Henson's company, yes, they are.
You can't get
are better
more
than you.
elite than that.
I do wonder, because this movie was made on a 20 mil budget, how much... Because we were trying to figure out, did they have 2 animatronics or 1 animatronic?
I know there's
Per
I know
character.
there's behind the scenes where they talked about it, and I watched that fucking forever ago, so I don't remember. but you can tell the love and care they put into those animatronics.
I just wonder, because if there's 2, I feel like they had to get a good deal
Yeah.
to make that many animatronics.
Yeah.
But also, the good thing is when you go and make your second movie now, you don't have to pay for these guys.
Yeah, that's true.
They're done. Either way, we do a awful, god-awful, one of the worst flashbacks I've ever seen.
Okay,
So much of a flashback, you don't even know it's a flashback.
is it the kid when he's running?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's very plain. Again, they had what, 20 mil, and probably 2/3 of it went to the animatronics and 2 salaries. And the royalties for the, what is it, Total Romantics?
There was a few songs on here in this movie.
Oh.
It wasn't just them.
Oh.
They were played the most.
Okay. Anyway.
But wasn't there another rock song where you were like, I forgot this song exists?
Yeah, that's true.
But considering you forgot it exists, it probably didn't cost much.
Yeah.
Also, before we go into the movie, I just want to say, I really liked, because like I mentioned before with the video games, the story is told through like these hidden Atari sections. I really like that the opening credits paid homage to the Atari type of stuff. Could have did without the Stranger Things theme song though.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to, which was interesting because I kept saying until you looked it up, I was like, what time period does this take place in? It didn't look like the 80s, but it was very themed of the 80s. And I mean, that's when the Freddy's operated. But he had like a landline phone and the tape recorder and everything. So it didn't.
And the stores were playing 70s music, which
Yeah.
would mean you would think it's like maybe late 80s.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of cohesion here on time frame.
And then when I told you, because I looked it up, because I was like, I'm getting annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know what year this is actually taking place in. 2000.
Yeah. I mean, it is that cusp of the 90s and the new millennia, but it didn't feel right
True.
to me.
But at the same time, I thought this was like going to be 92. Because
Same.
then if it was still kind of 80s, it makes sense. It's 92, 93.
Same.
Once you're 2000, I didn't see grunge. I mean, I saw Josh Hutcherson's grungy hair and clothes.
That's the
but like,
grungiest we saw, yeah.
yeah. Either way, this movie deals with heavy things like custody, PTSD, killing children.
Yeah. Yeah.
PG-13 comes to a theater near you. Either way, we get a flashback. The flashback is just, hey, this guy really fucking sucks at being a security guard.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story. He jumps to conclusions and doesn't even ask questions. He just tackles the guy into a fountain and then beats the shit out of him.
And then we are at a, what's that type of office called?
It's like a temp job office, a career office type of thing where they help you find jobs.
Okay.
An agency type of thing.
In the 2000s, I guess that was in person. Now it's just online.
And again, this didn't feel like 2000. This felt like early 90s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we get introduced to Matthew Lillard. Steve Raglan. That's his name.
I love him and everything that he does and everything he will do. I just had to say that. I
don't know if the cup was just extra small or if he's just that fucking big.
I think his hands are enormous. It looked like a standard cup, and it was just like engulfed into his palm.
Either way, he is totally not the bad guy, guys.
No.
We promise.
No, he's never played the bad guy in his career ever.
Like, when he sees the guy's last name and goes, "Puh," that's totally not him going, oh, it's the ending to my story. And I'm totally not going to call this back later in the movie.
I'm totally not going to be
You
obvious.
didn't need to do that.
No. That I know everything about the Freddy pizzeria, and I'm going to give him this random job.
I think it was because he was like, oh, last name. And he's like, ooh, coffee? And then, like, he acts so over the top. And I'm like, Okay, so you're the bad guy. I don't even need to like.
Again, I don't think that's the point. Like, you're not supposed to figure out. It's not that difficult. There's only so many characters in this movie, so.
Either way, unfortunately, the pants in this movie do nothing for our actors' asses.
Yeah, that's really disappointing.
There
How
is
is Matthews? We never saw it, did we?
We saw it once, but he was in office pants, and I mentioned, I was like, I don't know if he has a booty or if the pants just really want to kill his booty.
Oh,
for
no,
him.
he does. I thought you were talking about Josh.
Oh, no, everyone here has their ass deflated by their pants.
Okay, because Matthew definitely is gifted. Sir, if you ever hear this, it's with all due respect.
You have an impeccable ass.
Congratulations.
Fun fact, he was originally up for being Negan in Walking Dead.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Did he say why he didn't do it?
I guess they just went with what's his name at the end? Jeffrey D. Morgan.
Yeah. Okay.
He looks comic accurate. He's very comic accurate.
Oh, that's cool.
Either way, there's a babysitter. Her name is Max. Don't get to know her. She'll be dying in 10 minutes. There's a daughter.
Abby.
Probably, for someone who's very like, I don't like children actors. The children actors in this movie were actually pretty decent.
They were. She was adorable. The other kids were great,
Only one of them had lines.
Yeah. But they're good.
And at this point, we learn that he's basically doing like, he's a dream warrior.
I wish you were wrong.
I know. I was like, try to poke a hole in this.
He's
a dream warrior.
I wish you were wrong. God damn it. This movie is just Hellraiser and Nightmare on Elm Street mixed together with some animatronics.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure as we go along,
You'll put something else
throw in
in
some
there.
other movies.
Yeah. Oh, there's Scream in here too, by the way.
Oh, definitely Scream. There's some killer clowns with the cupcake.
Oh, that's true.
Either way, he's a dream warrior, and his power is slightly cooler than the therapists in the Dream Warriors movie, where his power was he was a dream therapist. He was like a dream dumbass. Joshua Hutcherson's dream power is he tries to read a license plate.
He's dream detective. That's what he is.
He's false. I mean, he's cosplaying as Alan Wake. But like the Blue's Clues version of Alan Wake.
Handy dandy voice recorder.
Oh, don't let Howdy Doody find it. Either way, his brother was kidnapped and killed.
Yeah, that's actually really fucking terrible. Jesus Christ.
And he thinks if he... Oh, God! Sorry. Okay, so everyone who doesn't know, when we watch the movies, after we get done watching, I bring up the Wikipedia just so I can make sure we're going to the movie in order. And if there's like a specific thing I want to point out, we'll point it out. While I was laughing, I guess my mouse moved and it went right over the word animatronic mascot and it brought a pop-up up. And it was just fucking Chuck E. Cheese staring right at me when I turned back to my screen.
That's the true horror.
Oh, no. Okay, we're changing that. Okay. We're back. What? Oh, right. The brother's dead.
Yeah.
The mother's dead. Dad, questionable.
Dead or gone. Either way, out of the picture. And Abby's not his daughter. It's his sister, even though Josh Hutcherson is 30 years old and this girl is like 7.
When was the last, like, how? Because here's the thing. I'll admit it. Dad, kind of cute. But that dad was kind of old for the age discrepancy of when this daughter would have been born.
I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter for the guy, does it?
I mean, the mom looked like the same age as him, so yeah, that would be a...
They had him, what, late 30s? Early 40s?
That he was literally like 13.
20 years ish. I don't know, man. Stop poking holes into this.
I'm just saying, you could have casted just younger parents. So it doesn't make this weird. Because now, like, you see the movie, like, that's his daughter. That's like
Yeah,
totally
it
his
really
daughter.
does seem like his daughter. It didn't make sense.
And then we have cigarette addict Jane.
The aunt.
Aunt Jane. And now, and we have a police officer named Vanessa. And congratulations, I just introduced you to the entire fucking cast of this movie.
Yep.
We're only going to be using like 3 of them, quite frankly. Either way, basically, Jane's like, listen here, I deserve that kid. I want it. Give it to me.
She gets a check from the government every month. I want that. That's it.
And the lawyer's like, I don't want to be. Should I be here? I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. He looks like he constantly looks like he's about to shit his pants.
To be fair, I would too. I mean, she's a terrible client.
She is. You can't win with her.
No.
Like, you can't win something
like
for
you're
her.
just there for legality reasons, but she's taking the reins.
I'm here for your money.
Yeah.
Hand it over, please. Either way, Mike's like, fuck, well, I guess I gotta accept the fucking night job now because he doesn't do nights.
Because he does his little dream warrior shit.
He don't want to. Actually, no. See, that's the difference between him and the Dream Warriors. They don't want to dream no more. He lives with the dream.
He's a daredevil. That's what he is.
You know what his dream power is? Nebraska.
A poster and nature sounds.
I can look at a poster and then turn it into a new camera shot.
Boom.
Still animated power. Take that, Jessica, with all your flips. And the pinball wizard man.
I can't.
And the guy whose power is I can talk. Or I beat people up with aluminum foil pipes.
That seems up his alley, to be honest.
Honestly, that one seems accurate.
Yeah.
Okay. At least there was no weird tongues in this movie
Yeah,
like
thank
that.
God.
All right. Either way, this movie, one thing I love about this movie, I love when there's a timer and we can stick to it. We knew this was going to be 5 nights.
That's true.
So every time the night ended, you're like, great, it's only X amount of more nights. And it seems like this movie doesn't give a shit about what happens during the day.
No. Because that's what's important.
If anything happens in the day, it's like a 3-minute bit to set up what's going to happen at night. Like with Max, Jane's like, I'm paying you $200
To go ruin this man's life and his sister.
I'm paying you $200 to spend months at this dude's house, and he will not pay you because he don't have money.
You just gotta
But I
trust
need
me
you-
on this.
I need you to find proof he's a shithead. What do you mean? You don't have proof. Fine, let's go ruin his job for $1,000.
Yeah, nothing really happens the first night. I keep calling him Josh. What's his name?
Mike.
Is there. He gets a glimpse of the kids that they kind of change the dream on him. And he tries to chase one of them, and it doesn't work. So he's like, ooh, cool. This place is close to my brother. Let me sleep
Those are
on
the
the
true
job.
Dream Warriors.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
change your dream. They make a bargain in your dream. Oh my god. They really are like Hellraiser. Because the Hellraiser thing is you summon them and like you do like a wish.
Yes, I'm telling you, it's the perfect mix.
Oh wow. It's
2024 is starting off strong.
I can't wait till we do Winnie the Pooh, but
Oh, fuck.
when you start this good, there's nowhere but down. Either way, we keep sidetracking.
Yes.
we literally nothing big actually happens on night 1. I don't even think he gets scratched.
No.
Until night 2.
Night 2 is when he gets scratched, and then we meet Vanessa.
We do get the nice little introductions to the animatronics through a flashlight. It's unfortunate because you really don't get to see them yet. There you see Balloon Boy. Mm-hmm. And you see towards the end of the night, I think the electricity starts to go AWOL, so he has to turn the GE breaker on. And you see Foxy, flashing. That's all you see on the first night.
Yeah, and then let's just go straight to night 2. He gets there. What?
Well, there's something else happens between night 2 that we just need to know real quick.
Okay.
Because night 2 and day 3 go into each other.
Okay,
So in day 2, Jane basically says, "I'll pay you $1,000 for Max and her husband, I guess some backup, to go in and wreck the place and get him fired, and then therefore he will lose custody of Abby." Mm-hmm. And they're like, "We agree." And now we're into night 2. Well, first, what happens is Abby wants to go with him, and then Max sees them fighting. And unfortunately, she doesn't exist long enough for that to maybe be a plot point. Mm-hmm. And now we're back. And this night, not a whole lot happens in the sense of major events, but this is the night of setup, is what I would
and introduction to the characters. The animatronics.
Exactly. And Vanessa.
Yeah.
So, last night, previous night when he fell asleep, he tried to chase one of the kids. I forgot which kid he chased after. By the way, they were in the... They had black tears.
First night, it was Golden Freddy, or at least what you think is Golden Freddy.
Okay. Second night was Foxy.
Yes.
Because he gets the scratch.
Yes.
Either way, I had something else. I don't know why I had something else. Oh, while we were watching the movie, I just want to say this shows how desensitized we are, because we were like, and jump scare now. It's almost like we do this for a fucking living at this point. Literally, I can tell right when they were going to do. I think it's also because Blumhouse has a very predictable formula with how they do scares.
Absolutely. But it works. That's the problem. I mean, for general moviegoers, it works.
Yeah. Now it's like, once you've seen enough times, you're like, okay, wait for the music, then add 3 seconds, and then you're done. Unless it's Insidious, and then they actually try with Insidious. Yeah. All right. He falls asleep, chases after the kids again. This time he goes after Foxy. He catches Foxy. Why do you go after the one with the hook for the hand?
Yeah, for real. That's a mistake.
Either way, Foxy scratches him, and he starts to bleed in his dream. And just like Freddy Krueger, if it happens in your dream, it happens in real life.
Crazy.
Even though I do like to imagine, Foxy just like sneaking into the room and just like, hey.
And then he goes over to the shadow. He's just like, I'm menacing.
I hum like a Western dude.
Though I'm a pirate?
He's trying.
He is.
He doesn't even get to be with the others. He's alone on his own side stage.
He's finding his own identity. I understand.
Foxy is my favorite, though.
I do like him. I really like his look. He's cool.
I do think that out of all the animatronics, though, Foxy is probably the one they only had a 1 of. Because when you have robot feet, you can't.
And they're skinny legs. It's not like you can just slip into them. I'd be very shocked if it was a person.
There was no way anyone's legs are that skinny.
Yeah.
Either way, he hears someone at the door, just like, hi, I'm police. And then Vanessa's like, hi, I'm police.
Hi, I'm just going to walk in and I know where everything is. That's not sus.
Also, you're bleeding. We should get that looked at.
Oh, guess what? I'm EMT too.
You know what's really bad? He probably should have raised at least the yellow flag at this point. Is where she goes, oh, let me come in. I know where the first aid is.
Yeah, I'm like, that's weird. Why would a cop know this? Okay.
I get if you're checking in because it's on your route. That is fine. You probably got pinged that there was a new person there. That is fine. You know where the first aid is. That is not fine. Either way, they talk. And is this where she gives him a expo dump, or is the expo dump on a future night?
In what way of an expo dump? Because she does that on, what, night 3?
Well, night 3 is when they meet. When Abby meets him.
Oh, really? Yeah. Doesn't she do it during that?
No. Because don't they? She pulls the breaker on. Yep. Yeah. Okay. She puts the breaker on, and then we get our song playing again, and they malfunction.
Oh, right.
Because Bonnie's guitar explodes.
Right. Okay.
And I find it funny because she's like, "Oh, I know they've been alive all along, like in like 20 minutes," and I'm like, "You couldn't tell Bonnie to fucking just not explode." Either way, that's basically how the night ends. They just kind of get to know each other.
Yeah.
And I know it seems like we're kind of breezing past, but until what's about to happen on day 3, where everyone starts getting killed, like the group get killed, nothing really happens in the movie.
No, it's all set up. It's all
and it's
set up.
Very deliberate setup. Like there is nothing eventful. Either way, he leaves, and the 3 go in because Max stays behind Kurt for a little bit. And then we get they're just like fuck everything up and I guess steal some tokens. Like
yeah, they were like steal whatever's valuable. I'm like, this place ain't got shit, man. But okay.
I mean, you can steal the animatronics. That's a lot of money, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna fuck you up.
And I'm sure they're really heavy though.
There's 3 guys. They can lift one at a time.
Yeah, good point.
They split up. We get a Mr. Cupcake to the face. Love it.
That would suck. That would suck.
It's so good. Especially the Chica silhouettes.
Oh, God, yeah. They really did a really good job, I would say, throughout the entire movie with playing with shadows and silhouettes of the characters. Since there's such a recognizable silhouette, putting them behind things, next to things, you see them out of the corner of your eye, really, really good stuff there. I do applaud them for that.
I will acknowledge it was odd. They started creepy and then they got adorable.
Right. Well, because you understood what they were.
I just mean animatronics as well because I think it was just their eyes initially were very off-putting because they blinked. I don't like that. I don't like that they blinked.
So you just like them just staring at you?
But they blinked very humanly. Like it wasn't a blink every now and again. They blinked like normal people. Either way, one guy's down, the other guy's screaming. We have our scream queen for this movie.
It's this biker dude. I mean, he did a good job.
He did great. He got his paycheck.
He did.
Goes into the room, turns on a light, locks himself in. He's with Bonnie, and Bonnie's just like, "This is PG-13, so I need you to be very careful with where you put your blood, please."
Yeah, just a little bit on the glass.
And then the last one, he got Foxied. He gets the Foxy jump scare.
Mm-hmm. And
then the final one, Max comes in. The kid's like, "Follow me," and I'm like, "I'd run the fuck out of there."
What animatronic ate her? Was it Golden Freddy or regular Freddy?
That was Golden Freddy.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if the regular Freddy ate her.
Okay.
But if I remember correctly, I think Golden Freddy was the one that started the chase.
That's what I thought. If that kid represents Golden Freddy, yeah.
Either way, she gets
chopped in
bitten
half.
in half.
Yeah, completely in half. Yeah.
Probably the most brutal. It's the most gruesome scene in the movie.
And we just see silhouette, but it's good.
And we see the body fall down.
True.
And we see her bloody body later in the movie. We see the dude with the screwed up face later in the movie. Mr. Cupcake ain't anything to scoff at.
Oh, no, not at all. I wouldn't want that thing near me.
Also, as this happens, Mr. Cupcake got summoned into the vents.
That's his
And
playground.
for all the it is, but for all the fun they're about to have, it's bullshit that Mr. Cupcake just has to live in the fucking vents.
Yeah. I don't know why he doesn't get to do their pillow fort with them.
I was gonna say, I think Mr. Cupcake would love to be in a
Oh,
fort.
yeah.
Even though that was probably the best part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, Abby's like, I draw. Okay, also, at the beginning of the movie, her character is she draws.
Yeah, like a lot. And she has imaginary
And then her
friends.
Yes. And her teacher's like, drawing is how children communicate. It's so like heavy-handed that this is going to be a major plot point. So we need to spend like a good minute explaining why this is a major plot point. Because kids love drawings and they love pictures.
Specifically, the kid with trauma. Coming from two people who have art degrees.
I don't know. What are you talking about? I am definitely not traumatized by anything.
Oh, God, me neither. We're perfect.
I mean, no, never. Not us. Go back and listen to the beginning of the episode again. That was a joke and totally not serious. We definitely love ourselves. We'd fuck us.
Oh, wow,
so
that's
hard.
a lot.
Let's take that one back. Oh, boy. Next night, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Oh, well, first. Also, Vanessa knew what the security badges were. I just remembered that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge, like, red flag right there. Mike's not the smartest guy around.
He's been wearing the same clothes for around 5 days.
Good point.
I will say, literally, when I think it was the next night, I go, has he changed his clothes? And you looked at me and were just like, I was thinking the same exact thing now.
I would have appreciated if we just saw him, like with a towel over his head coming out of a bathroom, like pretending that he took a shower.
But instead, you just have to hope.
False hope.
If you've seen the house, there is a solid chance there is no running water currently.
They do have gas because he did heat up soup.
They could do that in the microwave. It's disgusting. And we know they have a toaster because that grilled cheese that he forces her to eat is so crunchy.
It didn't look appetizing.
And dry. And it looked so gross that I ended up making my own cheese sandwich after the movie before we started recording again. You thought I was playing.
No, I didn't.
I spent those 3 minutes. Either way, Abby's like, whose brother? I don't remember the brother's name. Sorry. Dead kid.
Garrett.
Garrett. Ew.
It was a weird name. That's why I remembered it. I couldn't remember Mike, but...
Oh, Garrett. Garrett's like, that's Garrett. And then Mike is like, how the fuck? And how the fuck do you know any of this? And she's like, my friends show me.
Is this the night where he makes the deal with them?
This will become the night he makes a deal with them.
That's what I thought.
Because Max doesn't answer, and he's like, well, fuck.
Gotta take
Guess
her.
we're going.
Yeah.
And they go, and she's like, let's build myself a fort. And then he's like, I'm going to take pills.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stare at my Nebraska poster. And then go to Nebraska. And make a deal with Golden Freddy where it's like, will you give us anything? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Whatever you want. I ain't got shit.
Person in my dreams who's most definitely not real. Sure. And they give him a drawing, and I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what he wanted. And then wakes up to Abby screaming, and he's like, Oh no, Abby. Exposition, exposition, exposition. They were tickling her.
Yeah, a little weird. A little weird.
I swear, it doesn't get good until... It's really bad that I guess it doesn't get good till night 4.
Yeah.
Actually.
They just play with the animatronics that are now alive. He just accepts that. That's it. Does Vanessa come?
Yeah. I think Vanessa comes night 4 because that's
Oh,
when he's in
right.
and he's like, "You knew," and she's like, "Yeah, I guess."
Yeah, you're right.
And then we keep hearing the secrets that they keep all the time. To the point where anytime they were on screen, one of us sang the song.
If you looked at us, we were just like bobbing our heads because it was in our brain.
Next night, they build a fort.
They have fun. They like Abby.
You know, before you brought up the Muppets picture behind me, I don't know if you've ever seen the one with Jason Segel and Amy Adams
No,
from like 2013.
no, I know of it.
But there's a montage where they clean up the old Muppet Theater to "We Built This City" by Starship.
Okay.
This was exactly what I was... I didn't hear the song they were actually using. I just heard "We Built This City."
While he was cleaning.
And it played. While they were building a shitty fort.
Yeah.
Made of tables and chairs. And then Bonnie busts his ass.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they don't do tablecloth yet, because this is where we're getting to the tablecloth. Because they're like, "It's gonna rain." Oh, okay.
They're playing pretend.
I know. And then you and I are just like, "Fuck the rain. Where's Mr. Cupcake?"
He's missing all the fun.
2 nights in a row. They've been having fun 2 nights in a row. Where the fuck's the Cupcake?
He's in the locker. They leave him in the locker.
And it's so shitty.
It is.
Because when they have to go back to being assholes, guess who's there with them?
Yeah. Maybe he is an
Cupcake.
asshole. Maybe he's like not a team player.
Maybe he's like, "Listen, I'm a fucking cupcake, so
That's
I
it.
can't have fun. I just gotta bite you." Also, I do want to acknowledge when Josh Hutcherson goes to like get some stuff to clean and Balloon Boy's in the maintenance closet. I think it's creepy. Of all the things that remains creepy in that movie, Balloon Boy remained creepy.
It's the statue that was the creepiest.
Yeah. Also, it was very weird seeing YouTubers in this movie.
Oh, that was a YouTuber?
And not like weird, not weird in like a bad way. Just weird in the sense of you usually don't see them get casted.
Yeah, but was he a big streamer for Freddy?
So there was the what about the custody in the restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
That was Matt Pat
Okay.
as the waiter. And then I think the other YouTuber was the taxi driver.
Yeah.
Those were the two that I knew of. It was just odd because usually you don't see that. Oh, they're usually voices.
But this game like flourished with the streaming community. So I'm not
Correct.
surprised.
Either way, they go to a back room and there's just a fucking, we sat there, we were like, "Oh God, they're all adorable. Balloon Boy's kind of creepy." Yeah. And then the baby doll one.
Yeah. So real quick, I know you said in one of the games that his daughter
Circus baby.
becomes, I'm guessing, that thing or something
Yep.
close to it. My thing is
Okay, so I thought that was Circus Baby for a second. Because they have like, the face has a similar color palette is what I'd call it. But I don't think that was Circus Baby.
okay. Because I was thinking maybe she was one of these things when she was younger.
But the souls are in them.
True.
If anything, the next movie's going to begin with her getting like kidnapped from the hospital while she's on her pump from getting stabbed in the stomach.
Yeah, something like that.
And then she's going to get put into Circus Baby and it's going to be very awkward.
Yeah.
Either way, where were we? Oh, right. Vanessa's just like, "They're my friends, question mark?" There's definitely no ulterior motives.
No.
Like, this entire movie is basically just like, I promise there's nothing ulterior motive going on at all.
She's a really bad liar.
I know.
At this point, is she even a real cop?
I would not be shocked if she was. Because when you see the artillery she gives him.
Yeah, good point. Well, maybe.
But I also, when she gives him her car later on, and he doesn't turn on the sirens, that pisses me off. I don't know why, but it pisses me off.
I mean, there was nobody on that road. It's a very small town.
Only, like, how many characters in this movie are there that aren't dead kids?
Less than 10.
I guess this, got it. Yeah, okay, population of the town, 12. Perfect. Either way, yada, yada, yada. Next night, he's like, Abby, you're not coming to work with me. Stay with the smoker.
Oh, yeah, the aunt comes to watch the kid. She's pissed. Golden Freddy comes, kills the aunt, takes Abby with him. They go to Freddy's while... What is Mike doing?
Mike is dreaming.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, yeah, he's in the dream, and he's like, that's not how this happened, yada. I'm sorry, but maybe Josh Hutcherson is a good actor, but he was not good in this movie.
He was fine. Nothing crazy, but I think he's pretty good, usually.
He was getting carried by everybody else that was around him.
I have a feeling maybe the rewrites and probably reshoots had a thing to do with all this.
Or maybe it was because he was casted like a month before the movie actually started.
I'm going to be honest, probably, yeah.
But also, so was Matthew Lillard.
There's
but
only...
I will let you. I will let you get away with that one because it's Matthew Lillard and...
Yeah, come on.
He's built differently. Look at his ass. They're just in a dream. They're like, we're kids and our faces are vanishing. Spooky.
And they're like, okay, we want Abby. We can give you this dream forever. And then we take Abby. He's like...
You can be a dream warrior forever.
He's like...
You don't have to dream no more because this will become your reality.
He's like, okay. And then he's like, wait a minute. No, this is the bad decision. I messed up. And that's it. He fucked up. As usual.
This is the bad ending. And in the dream... I love that, like, I like to imagine the thing that's happening in the dream in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like the 5 animatronics around him just like slit.
Honest to God, that's probably what happened. Because every time he
Fox
dreamt...
is like, I'm going to tickle his feet.
Every time he dreamt, there was, like, kind of reflections of what was happening in the real world.
Yeah. So I just like them standing around just being like, slit. Okay, everyone back to place. I think he's properly fucked up enough. And he wakes up somewhere else.
Yeah, he got out, and then Vanessa saves him. He's like, yeah, you were fucked up, bro.
So I put some gauze around you.
I saved you. And here's all of my secrets.
So since I saved you and I now have one leg up on you, you can't be mad for what happens next.
You just gotta promise. Pinky promise.
You know, I saved you. I'll say I'm sorry. We're even.
And that's it. And here's the cheat codes to get in there and fuck shit up.
You know, get out of there alive, and I'll fully make it up to you. We'll sleep together.
Eventually.
We'll go back to your rinky-dink house, you know, once you get it all paid off in like 50 years. You know, we'll talk about it. We will go on a maybe date where you're questioning the entire time. Is this a date? I don't know. But you don't ask.
Not to a pizzeria, I promise.
But it will be Italian.
There is this new place that opened up called Chuck E. Cheese. We can bring Abby.
I've heard that animatronics don't have dead kids in them. Either way, I love how she's like, they're not the spirits of dead kids, because they are dead kids.
the bodies,
we stuffed their bodies.
Yeah, the bodies are in there, I promise.
And I love how like she's like tearing up a little bit. I'm like, you are way too calm, cool, and collected to be like, yeah, so my dad killed these kids and I saw him kill them. And they're stuffed in there. And also, remember your dead brother? I had his plane as my favorite toy.
Yeah, and my dad did that too. So, but you said you wouldn't be mad, so you promised.
Here's a taser.
Here's multiple and a cattle prong.
And then she's like, you know, he's coming for you. He's like, okay, listen, enough of this ambiguous shit. We're answering all the questions. Who is he?
Yeah, we have less than 40 minutes in this movie. Splain.
Listen, the minute this camera cuts back, we're down to 10. And we know like 8 of them are going to be on these fucking animatronics. So I need my shit in now. And she's like, here's a picture.
He's my dad in the rabbit suit. That's it.
He's so big.
He's so tall.
There was that scene where he eventually comes out in the Springtrap suit. And he's like hunched over. And I'm like, you know, I don't even think you're acting on this. I actually kind of think you do have to hunch over.
I think so too. Unless, I don't know if that's what the character does, but it was probably not that comfortable.
They probably were like, we're going to give you this, but also you're going to have platforms at the bottom for like a few extra inches.
Real quick, Matthew, I know we just hired you, but we had this suit in production for about 15 months. The guy who was hired first to play this role was about, I would say, 7 inches shorter than you. So we gotta adjust as much as possible. You gotta hunch.
Either way, she's like, we're going to Ocean's 11 this shit right now. There's a vent at the back. Pry it open. Sneak in. There'll be a rat, but don't worry. He's nice. He's just paid security. And then eventually, what's going to happen? Follow the song. That's all you got to do. Once you hear the song, you're near them. And then what you're going to do is, here's the thing. They don't have sound receptors because they're fucking stupid. And Bonnie, who should have definitely seen you, does not see you.
No, 100% Bonnie saw him. Bonnie saw him. It was like, I'm not going to interfere with this.
I love that one so much, only for the reason is like, it's not like Bonnie can be like, oh, you know, Bonnie can maybe see him. Bonnie's like dead eye staring, eyes wide open, crazy faced, head tilted, wailing on the guitar, just like, hi! Gonna electrocute us here today?
I mean, and then Freddy's just like jamming. He is having a time.
This song is what he lives for.
It really is. He puts literally his heart and soul into this song.
And then eventually he turns around with the crazy eyes and looks at the camera intensely.
Yeah. And then Josh or Mike uses water and electrocutes them. That's it. What's her name? Chica?
Chica.
Chica is taking Abby to go get her face ripped off.
She's getting turned into baby doll.
Yeah. It doesn't work. It gets tased.
The most deadly weapon in this entire movie was a cop's taser. You know what?
And water.
PG-13.
Yeah.
And then he fights Cupcake.
Which is a brutal battle, I do have to say.
It is.
You
know, out of all of the ones there, I think I'm scared of Cupcake the most.
He has the mobility. That's the scary part. He has the mobility. He has the literal range of like launching his body into the air and attaching to you.
He gets cattle prodded.
He does.
Also, I just really like the projection of the eyes. Like the actual like screen projection they do for the eyes. It looked really good on Cupcake.
Yeah, it did.
And then Foxy's like, I'm the final boss, I guess. All right, I'm going to go find a kid. And he hunts for a child.
I like her in
And-
I like the shot of her in the ball pit and then looking out into Foxy. That was pretty cool. Good shot.
Yeah. And being like, oh, does Foxy see or does Foxy not see? Because it's like very, like staring very much at her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets electrocuted somehow
By Vanessa.
by Vanessa. And then Mike is like, what's going on? And then Matthew Lillard's just like, this suit is too fucking small. But I am a great actor. I'm
will
gonna make this look
adapt.
fantastic. And he's scary looking.
He is.
Very scary looking. Takes the head off, and you're like,
the height helps a lot too. Because I think Josh is my height. He's really short.
Is he?
Yes. Compared to Matthew, yeah, it works.
and then I'm not gonna lie, I really wish they did the thing when him and Vanessa are fighting. If he just sat there, it's like, you shot me, man.
Dude, I was waiting for that so hard. Okay, so Scream reference, the killer knife, and he does the knife wipe, even though completely unnecessary.
Listen, this was the closest he was gonna get cast to Scream,
Yeah,
so he was like,
that's
fuck
true.
it, we're
the
doing
stab, his face looked perfect. Everything was great. I loved all of it.
this. I wish he was just like, I feel a little woozy
Yeah,
here, man.
yeah, man, that
Where
would've
he gets
been-
like springs.
God, that would have been great.
Not that audience though. That's the thing. Is like he wouldn't be
Yeah.
doing that for this audience.
Yeah,
He'd be
good
doing it
point.
for the
Good point.
general horror audience.
This is for the younger crowd, I guess.
And this is a great, first horror movie
Oh God, yeah.
because it's barely a horror movie.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll say it. I don't even think it is a horror movie.
Thriller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say thriller. A drama about PTSD and kids.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Specifically the ghosts of kids that have been stuffed into animatronics.
Then what? The animatronics kill Matthew after Abby changes the drawing on the wall.
Well, she's like, I'm going to draw a picture of him stabbing all of you.
Mm-hmm.
So then you remember, like, he killed you. And then Mr. Cupcakes like, oh, I've been waiting for this all my life. Yeet! let me get him here
It was
real quick.
perfect.
He bites off part of the suit and he activates the springs. And his rib cages just get... These things were saw traps, dude.
Yeah.
These outfits were saw traps.
I can't imagine how painful that would have been. Like I was thinking if that happened in real life,
Ugh. And then the animatronics are like, grab him by the arms, drag him to the back.
and that's it. They just leave him there. It's kind of weird.
This is kind of like that at the end of Killer Clowns where they were like, no, we can't leave you. Why would we do that? Bye. It's kind of like that.
That's true.
They're just like, no, he's dying. Vanessa, get the fuck up. Let's go. There's no blood on that knife, so I know you're fine. And she walks out, I think,
with the
them.
help.
With the help. But here's the thing. She walks out with the help. Next time we see her, she's in a coma with a pump.
Yeah, it was a lot. It kind of escalated a lot.
I like how you watched her get stabbed. You're like, oh no. And I'm like, have you been watching the same movies we've been watching I've been watching for the last 2 years? A stab to the stomach means jack shit right now.
It usually doesn't mean death.
Do you remember in Scream 6 where Chad got stabbed like 50 times and the movie was ending and they're like, he's alive. And we were like,
What?
That's it. Knives are bullshit. Literally, Matthew Lillard's character had a better chance of dying when he got shot than her getting stabbed.
Yeah, good point.
And he had a suit. Either way, he's like, I don't like his character. He's disgusting. Did you see that spaghetti and meatballs? And more specifically, how he just probably took some spaghetti sauce, heated it up in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then just gently put a teaspoon on the spaghetti. He was like, Spaghetti and meatballs.
She's like, yay, my favorite.
Favorite. I chose this. We should have got pizza. And the movie ends. Afton is just he's tweaking out, man.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Abby's doing well. Josh is getting better. They go to visit Vanessa in the hospital, and then they leave, and that's pretty much it, right?
And then we get Balloon Boy one more time because he's a fucking nightmare creature.
But that's it for that.
Yeah, this movie. I don't know if it needed to be 109.
No.
I think you could have made it like 98 minutes and, still been there.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this whole thing of us not stopping to do the movie roundup because it makes my life editing so much easier.
Oh, okay. So
let's keep going.
Okay, movie roundup. It's fun. It's a fun movie to put on the TV if you're doing something else or whatnot. It maybe if you liked the games, I would really like to hear people's opinions on the movie. Maybe it's a lot deeper for you guys. Maybe not. Maybe it's even worse. I don't know. For me, the animatronics made this movie without a doubt. Lighting, cinematography was fine. Nothing really stood out as crazy good. Acting was fine. Love Matthew, so that's a huge up for me. Out of 10, probably give this a 5.5, maybe a 6 if I'm feeling it.
What were the other movies we put as a 5?
Oh,
That's just a precautionary reason.
A new year, new brain. I don't remember shit.
Okay. I was going to say, are we still under the same thing of it can't be Hellraiser? I will say, critics hated this movie. This movie has an 80% audience rating, though. So I think it's just cool. Now, here's the thing. When this came out, I was working at GameStop. Mm-hmm. So that shows how far back it was. That was 2013, 2014? Mm-hmm. So I was kind of out of the age range of what this was aiming for. So I don't have a connection to these characters.
I was absolutely out of it too. So,
but I think this is probably great for the people who grew up with this, just seeing them. It's kind of like, with the Mario movie. It's really cool seeing Mario.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not going to be great, but you're right. Seeing it on in the movies is like, wow, love it, and that's it.
And I also just think there is outside of The Last of Us, which is just a generally very, very good TV show. I feel like with games, there's a different scale. It's if it's a 6 in video games, it's like an 8, technically. If it's like a 6 movie, it's an 8 in video games because video game movies just suck.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just because they have people writing it who don't give a solitary fuck about the franchise. They're just like, oh, Tomb Raider, she has boobs.
That's what I remember from 25 years ago. It's just like, come on.
Yeah. I guess movie 6.
Okay.
Nothing is offensive.
No.
It's just nothing is great. Outside of the animatronics, nothing is great.
I feel like it really would have shined being shorter. So maybe like a short film. Maybe 45 minutes, maybe to an hour.
I would say probably 80, 90.
Mm-hmm.
The best way I could put this is there was a game called last year, or it came out the end of the year before, but it was Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
Where when I got done playing it, I told you I'd give it a 7 now. This movie getting a 6 because it's a good base. I see all the stuff they want to do. I see the foundation. I see the stuff that they are maybe aspiring to do, or they kind of just were trying to figure out what worked and what didn't work. And for a first go, I'm cool with that. I'm willing to accept these imperfections because it's your first go and you're figuring this equation out as as things go along. But this got approved for a sequel. If the sequel doesn't step it up and builds upon the things that were good and then remove the things that were bad in this movie, I will openly say it. I will be incredibly harsh on the second movie then.
Oh, yeah. Because it's your second chance, basically.
Yeah. I expect you to polish what is a good foundation. Even if the next movie is identical to this one, in terms of just like, how it's built and the presentation and everything else, I will still regard it as a worse movie because this only gets as high as it does because it's the first one and you're trying to figure it out. Once it's figured out, you don't have that excuse anymore.
Agreed. And putting in perspective with the production issues it had and lack of budget. I mean, 20 mil isn't nothing to sneeze at, but it's not a major blockbuster, budget. The money that I know that they probably made from this and merch and all that good stuff, they would have to step it up for sure. There's no excuse.
Yeah. However, that is going to do it for episode. Checks his notes. 30 on Spotify and 44 on YouTube.
Well,
wow, there was a 14 episode discrepancy. Jesus Christ.
Holy moly. So thank you for joining us for Five Nights at Freddy's. We will be watching the original Exorcist next time.
Next.
Yeah.
However, we will be having a in-between episode.
Oh, yes.
Reason being is somebody here who doesn't want to be named because they usually aren't the one that does this.
It's not me.
They don't want to. I'm not naming names.
Either
all
did
I'm saying. Is going on a vacation and is technically not here the day we actually do record.
Right. So
the next episode, I know we brought it up so many times in this episode.
We really did. We were getting you prepared.
We are going to use our emergency episode up, which means we're out of emergency episodes.
Shit.
And when we have spare time, we'll do one extra episode, I guess. We will be doing Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors.
I would say they don't want to dream no more, but Josh Hutcherson really wanted to
He
dream.
really did. So you get to watch that, and when we come back live or up to date, it will be The Exorcist. So please join us for that. Until next time, catch us on Spotify and YouTube as Moving to Haunt, and we'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.
Bye.